Is this kind of headbanging music?
No.
You got to get your Josie and the Pussycats for that.
And we are finally back.
Yes. It's been a long time.
I think the last time we had a live stream with some friends was Halloween.
Yeah, I think it was around Halloween.
Yeah.
And I missed that one, so it feels great for me to be back.
Yeah.
Things got crazy after that.
Yeah. So, we got a great show. Probably the best one ever.
Okay.
I know. I say it all the time, but
Every single
this
time.
time
This will actually be the best one.
Yes.
Well, everyone just does get better.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have some guests joining us today. We have Dorky Dad.
You almost had that down.
I almost had that.
Yeah.
We have Megan from Megan Moods, wearing a wonderful pair of ears.
And me.
I was about to say,
Me.
I feel naked or something. I'm not wearing any ears.
Well, he's not wearing ears either.
Pull a pair off the wall there.
Oh, you have no clue what it took me to get those on the wall.
They won't
Yeah.
stay. Try to get my BB units up there. They won't stay.
Aw.
The new
Alrighty.
Galaxy's Edge exclusive CB23, if anybody hasn't seen it yet.
Ooh. Where'd you get that at?
Galaxy's Edge.
Oh,
We have CB23 and Forlom for all the Star Wars nerds out there.
I don't know what Forlom is.
Oh.
It's a bounty hunter from the original trilogy droid. Pew,
Did
pew.
they actually say his name, or is it only
No.
given on a toy?
No. Nobody, like, all of the characters in Empire Strikes Back that are popular now never even had their name set on screen except for Boba Fett.
And I will debate. We'll have this debate, I'm sure, on the Star Wars episode. But Boba Fett didn't do anything until recently. Just
That's
saying.
not a debate.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
well, I just
He
don't understand.
looks cool.
He looks cool.
Okay, is that all it takes to become a cultural
Yes.
phenomenon?
Yes, that's all it takes.
Okay, then. Fair enough. All right, y'all ready to get into some would you rather? Or would you rather?
Would you rather?
I take off
Right.
too.
I have scoured the internet finding these questions,
Okay.
and I threw them out and came up with a few of my own. All right. Question number 1. Would you rather have a cold churro or hot ice cream?
Ooh.
How hot is the ice cream? Am I just drinking it?
It's melted.
Cold
Room
churro.
temperature.
Right, no,
Cold
that's
churro.
not what you said at the beginning.
Okay.
You said it's cold. I mean, hot.
I'd say cold churro.
Cold churro. Have you ever eaten a cold churro?
It's like a rubbery Taco Bell cinnamon twist at that point.
Well,
Yeah, but
I've
it's
had
not-
the Dole
like,
Whip
you can't really
whenever
chew
it's
it.
like they didn't refrigerate it, and so it's just kind of like, or you know what? It's like the Dole Whip with the pineapple juice or whatnot, and it's kind of like, I don't know.
I'm going for hot ice cream, and I'm gonna go get me some coffee and pour it in my coffee because
You
my
would.
favorite creamer is all of the Cold Stone creamers. So I figure since those are good in
If
coffee,
you like coffee, that's an obvious choice.
exactly.
She loves coffee.
I do, and I love the Cold Stone sweet cream creamer. So there you go.
Like, no joke, we have like $100 bill to Joffrey's coffee about every other month.
I believe it.
Hey, it's good coffee.
I'm not drinking coffee tonight, though. Not
I-
drinking
yeah.
coffee tonight.
I usually have to stop by a stand every time my wife goes in there or into the park.
For you or her, or both?
I don't drink coffee.
Does she do Starbucks or Joffrey's more?
Starbucks if she wants something else. Like if she just wants coffee, Joffrey's.
Mhm.
But Starbucks has like the pastries and the the other
A lot
stuff.
of the Joffreys have donuts, and they're pretty good. I will say that.
Yeah.
Oh, the donuts, yeah. They're big donuts too.
Oh yeah. Some of them are like.
And if you go to the big Joffrey's in Disney Springs, they have a lot of neat coffees that they don't sell at the stands.
Yeah.
Like a lot of specialty lattes.
Yeah.
And all that.
And the line is usually half as long as it is at the Starbucks the two Starbucks at Disney Springs.
I like
Although now,
coffee better.
after you've given away the secret, everybody's going to go to Joffrey's.
Well, Joffrey's is amazing. We do love them. Hashtag not a sponsor. Not for the lack of trying.
Hashtag please sponsor.
Yes, absolutely. We love y'all.
How many times have we done a Joffrey's video?
Yeah, you're watching.
And then Corey has to get that line in the Joffrey's video.
I like Joffrey's. I've become a snob. I will pretty much only drink Starbucks or Joffrey's at this point.
Yeah.
Like at my work, we have a coffee pot, and the other day it was like 20 degrees, and I just wanted a cup of coffee. I took one sip. I was like, this is like Folgers or something. I can't drink this.
Oh, goodness. True story. What did
Yeah.
I do to you?
My wife has pretty much done the same thing because I had to get her an Nespresso machine
Ooh.
for Christmas. It's still on the way. It hasn't arrived yet, but
Oh,
like she's almost completely stopped using her K-cup maker because she's like, I don't want regular coffee. Let's go get something Disney Springs or go to the whatever. And I'm like, oh God, come on. She wants something specialty or whatever. So
Well, I will say some of the different specialty coffees they have from Joffrey's, when you make them, even though it's a regular coffee, it tastes like some kind of specialty. Like right now, we're using the Southern Pecan, and it has vanilla. It tastes like coffee mixed with pecan pie.
Wow.
And they had a holiday flavor of Candy Cane Lane. It was white chocolate and peppermint.
Oh, it was
delicious.
So amazing.
I mean, yeah, it was good.
I like my coffee black. Strong.
Yeah. That's
That's okay. When my wife goes to Starbucks, I always get their passion tea, which is just this bright pink drink. So she's walking around with the strongest coffee Starbucks makes, and I've got my little pink drink just sipping because they give it to you in the clear cup.
True story. It takes her sister about 5 minutes to order her coffee.
Oh my goodness.
With all the stuff she wants in it.
Yeah. Like the foam this and the cream this.
And the extra this and
Yeah.
And then the 2%, not the whole. Yeah, it's a whole process.
She's gotten to where she just only does it on the app now.
Yeah.
It's
I
easier.
need soy milk, but the foam has to be made from almond milk.
How did you know her order? Ow!
Oh, that did not hurt.
All right, next question. I'm going to get in trouble if I stay on this one much longer. Joffrey's, we love you. All right. Would you rather be able to ride one ride over and over or all the rides just once?
Once, like for one trip.
Okay, for us, it's for one trip. For them, since they're locals, I'm going to have to say per year.
No.
So we can only go to the park one time?
Per season.
Okay, per season then.
We go to Disney a few times a year. So.
Yeah, well.
Are we locked out of the park after we ride the rides? Because
Oh,
I can just go. Like I would choose all if I could still go and enjoy the atmosphere.
Oh, you can still
Oh,
do.
yeah.
You can still do the shopping, or I'll even let you see the firework. Well, I'll let you.
No, you won't.
I'll let you see any show that's currently running. But if it's an
No,
attraction,
you won't. Yeah, I can go to the Frozen sing along.
The Frozen
And-
sing along is going.
And
You can see the Frozen
The
sing along.
Muppets.
Yeah, the Muppets. Feel her magic.
Oh well,
And
if
you
those count, yeah, I'm gonna pick each one once and then wait till it's time again.
So you're gonna wait like a couple of months.
If it's
Here's my
that's
question.
that's basically what I do now. Is I'll go for a couple hours, ride one or two rides, and then go home. And then next time I go, I'll ride something
Here's my
else.
other question. Is there any benefit to picking only one ride? Does it mean that like do I still have to wait in the normal line? Like if I pick Rise of the Resistance, do I have to still try to get a boarding pass, or do I get to like ride that ride all day long?
You can ride as many times in a day as you want. You get to go through the fast pass line, straight to the front.
I might have to do that one trip. It just has to be a year that we take more than one trip that year.
Oh gosh.
I wish that was a thing. Like you pay for the Rise of Resistance package, you know,
Yeah.
$300 added onto your trip, and you can.
We don't know what's going to be included in the staying at the hotel yet. Don't give them ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, unless they have a special shuttle or something, I don't think that, like, I think the hotel is going to be treated like a cruise. Like once you're in, you're in. You're on that one strip of property because it's supposed to be a space cruise.
My understanding was they're going to have their own entrance into the park through Galaxy's Edge.
See, that would make sense. Like if it's a space cruise, like it would be like a port or whatever.
I know that's what they said originally.
I haven't seen the land or how close it is, or I haven't looked into any of that yet. I need to because we're excited for it.
Well, I mean, you do like Star Wars a little bit.
Because like I remember when they showed the pictures of the rooms and everybody's like, that's so small for so much money. And I'm like, well, if you pay for a Disney cruise, it's the same thing. This is basically a cruise on land that simulates
and it said, like,
being in space.
It's not like it's 2-day experiences or 3-day experience. Like it's not like if your family's going for like a week and a half, you're not going to spend that whole week and a half there. You would just go for a couple of days and then go, to a different hotel or whatever. You're not going to stay there for like 10 nights.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd probably do all the rides because there's some that I really like and I would miss for the time that I'm just doing the one.
But think about it this way: you could ride Haunted Mansion.
I know. I know.
You only get to ride it once. You only get to ride it once.
I know. I think I would still do that because I like Peter Pan and some other rides that I'd want to do more too. So I'd probably go with all the rides.
What's yours?
Next question.
Hey, that's not fair. You have to answer.
I know, right?
I'm the host. I make the rules. Okay, fine. I will do one ride over and over at least once.
Okay, but what if you choose a different ride than me?
I'll meet you.
Have a good trip.
See each other at the end of the night.
Because I guarantee we would probably choose a different ride.
Well, what ride would you choose?
What ride would you choose?
Rise of the Resistance is possible, or Slinky Dog. I absolutely love Slinky Dog.
It's a good one, but I don't know if it's I don't even think my back could handle it being over and over. I've got a bad back, but still, it's crazy at times.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to wait. I'm thinking, okay, I get unlimited fast passes or something like I just said with the Rise of the Resistance, so I can just do it over and over.
Have you tried riding a roller coaster over and over again? Like after
yes, I rode.
No.
I was. I had a roommate on the college program that worked Rock and Roller Coaster, and he would backdoor me. I rode backdoor me onto the ride.
Okay.
This is PG, okay?
I will stop.
I literally rode Rock and Roller Coaster. I think it was like 6 or 7 times in less than an hour. I was sick as a dog.
Yeah. My limit on rocking is 8.
And then I went and get something to eat, kind of chill for a little while, then went back and did it again.
There you go.
I kept doing that until my head literally felt like it was about to explode.
See, my boys are spoiled they were spoiled by Rider Swap because my daughter didn't like Rock and Roller Coaster. So they would get to ride it, and then my wife and I would swap, and they'd ride it again. And then now that my daughter likes riding it, they're like, wait, we don't get to go again immediately and stay in the thing? Like, they get upset. They're like, no, just one time, like every other person.
Yep.
Unless you know somebody who works there.
Yeah, unless you're getting backdoored, then you...
Onto the ride.
Yes, yeah.
Onto the ride.
Because right at the front of the line, there's a door right there. There's a small hallway, and it goes right to in front of where the picture thing is.
Yeah, that's
So
where
we-
they're doing rider swap now.
Yeah. So we would get off, walk up to my friend who was at the picture. He's like, "Yeah, just go through that door. Tell him I sent you." Yay! Front almost every time.
Technically now you could just read a name tag now that you've given away the information on the door. Like read a name tag of whoever's at the end of the ride and sneak through that hallway and be like, "Oh yeah, Jim sent me." And they're like, "Oh yeah, Jim's down there."
He's down there. Yeah.
I guess I've given away trade secrets if I shouldn't have.
Unethical
All right,
life tips.
Next question. This might be an interesting one. Not sure it fits into Would You Rather, but I'll go with it. You have been hired to direct the next Disney movie. Would you rather it be Marvel, Pixar, or Star Wars?
Is this a serious question for me?
For you, no. For Megan and Laura, yes. We know you will pick Star Wars, and you will probably be fired in 2 days.
The BB story.
Yeah.
All I can say is you would probably be fired quicker than the guys from Solo.
Such a good movie too. Like it
I
flopped
agree.
because of Disney's release schedule. Yeah. And they blamed everybody else. Sorry. It's a whole other tangent.
Well-
We'll do that another.
If you don't get along with Kathleen Kennedy and do exactly what she says, she will fire you quick.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I think you and her would butt heads over creative differences. And yeah, I don't know how long you would last, buddy. Pixar, okay.
I'm with Two Broke Mice. I would do
Yeah.
Pixar. I think they have the best track record for Disney.
Ooh.
I agree. I do Pixar.
What about for executives?
I'm
I'm
sorry though. I'm going Marvel.
That's another excellent choice. But if
I
have to choose from those three, I have to go Star Wars.
I'm the fanboy here of Marvel, and I would say I am going to make the perfect Namor movie. For those who don't know, Namor is Marvel's version of Aquaman. He was actually the first mutant in the Marvel universe. He dates back to the 1930s. I could go on and on about him.
But we won't.
And you're
But we'll
literally
end
the
it
only
there.
person that cares.
Hey,
Here's my
I
thing.
don't care if the movie
There's
bombs.
certain
I'd rather you make a Squirrel Girl movie.
Characters that just they don't make a good movie.
Are you saying Namor doesn't make a good movie?
Have you seen all the attempts of Aquaman?
Okay, if they can make Howard the Duck a good movie, I
Howard
can
the
make
Duck is not a good movie.
that's debatable.
You're
I'm just saying I can make. Let me have Ryan Reynolds as the star, and we will make $1 billion at the box office.
just like he did for Green Lantern.
We're not going to talk about that.
Just don't let Mark Guggenheim near the script, and you'll be all right.
All right, I'll hire John Favreau to do the script.
I'm hoping they integrate Deadpool into the MCU somehow. So you got to find someone other than Ryan Reynolds.
The Disney
But
piece
I think that
version of
Namor,
I was gonna say, yeah.
I think that Namor as a character would do better with a Disney Plus show, like a short season every year, and then have him appear in the bigger movies. Like when they do an Avengers movie, be like, oh yeah, Namor.
Yeah.
Let's stop the chat. Mike agrees with me.
Yes, Howard the Duck.
I love that 80s movie.
I was far too young to watch that the first time I saw it, and I've loved it ever since.
I've watched it ever since I was a kid. I didn't get all the jokes.
There
I
were
did
duck
like
groups.
how they had Howard the Duck references in
Guardians.
Guardians movie.
He was in Endgame. He was walking through one of the portals carrying a gun behind some other people. I'm sorry, Megan. We completely have ignored you. What would you want to direct?
Pixar. I agree with Laura and Two Broke Mice. I'd do Pixar.
See, I'm the challenge. I think I could bring Namor to life.
You should do it. Make a YouTube video. Make your version of it, and you can be the character.
Couldn't get Ryan Reynolds, so here's Ryan from the Piggly Wiggly. He was
Or you
available.
can just make a TikTok about it. Maybe it'll go viral, and they'll let you do it.
We can get our dog an Aquaman outfit. You can hold her up in front of a green screen. You've been wanting to do,
Yeah,
to
you
do
want a green
green screen work.
I would die.
You know, that would probably go viral like really fast.
I would die.
Probably would. Aqua dog.
Oh,
she-
gosh.
Only problem is she's not going to fight crime. She's just going to lay on the couch on a blanket.
You
Like-
can make her look more vicious or something.
I don't know. Have you seen our dog?
Mm-mm.
Get her.
Get her?
She's asleep over in the corner.
We have derailed.
She is the most non-vicious dog ever. Our house got broken into, and I don't even think she knew.
Mm.
No, she was in the room.
Does this
Oh.
like
She's a 6-pound Shih Tzu.
I could put my Great Dane in front of my green screen and we could swap like footage and it could be the villain.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to intimidate anybody. All she wants to do is lay on the couch on a blanket. Like, I'm not joking. It has to have a blanket. She will not lay on the couch unless it has a blanket on it.
Aw.
And now she's like looking at us like, why did we wake her up? But yeah, I don't know if she's would make the perfect superhero.
I bet that's about the only chance you have of that video going viral.
True. You have a Great Dane.
Yeah.
It's as big as you, isn't it?
No, it's as big as my wife though.
She's
She
terrified
was
of
a
big dogs.
What kind of dog is that your sister has?
Weimaraner.
Mm.
Yeah, her sister got one of those, and even when it was younger, it was still twice the size of her. They brought it over, and that dog literally shaked and peed down its own leg out of fear, and then went and hid.
Mm.
And the dog didn't even do nothing. It was just staring at her.
No, that dog ran around a bunch. That dog was crazy.
Yeah, well. Alrighty. Did we get everybody on that one?
I think so.
Yeah, Pixar, Star Wars and get fired, name more, but probably bomb at the box office and never get to make another movie. All right.
And Megan and I were successful.
You probably would. Cars made $100 million.
That's what I said. It's Pixar. Just put Pixar's name on it, and
Yeah.
it's probably gonna do good.
Yeah.
Except for poor the one you like, where they go on the adventure. The two blue brothers.
Okay, you can't.
Onward.
Before Onward, but it opened up like 2 days before
It was.
the
I
world
was about
shut
to,
down.
I was about to say
Yeah.
it was at the theaters for what, less than a week before.
Yeah, I don't think anyone said it was because of the movie. It was because of the situation.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
a
I wonder
fantastic
how-
movie.
I wonder how Soul probably hasn't made any. I don't know how that works since they
I
just
don't know
haven't
because it has awesome reviews, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how all this is working because they're deeming Wonder Woman 84 as a huge success, and they're already fast tracking the third one. And it just went to HBO Max. I have no clue how they're.
It also went to digital rental, and people that don't have HBO Max that paid the $20 or whatever.
Mhm.
So they're counting that. And I think they're actually, just because DC has lost their minds, I think they're counting HBO Max subscribers in that success count.
I bet
Wow.
they are.
Probably, but I'll be perfectly honest. We watched it on Christmas Day.
I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, it just made me like, okay, I saw a bad female superhero movie. Now I'm looking forward to Black Widow in a couple months.
Mhm.
Because
They're not doing what I want them to do with Black Widow. I want a Black Widow and a
Hawkeye.
backstory. How did they meet? Like all those little side references they make. I
Mhm.
want a backstory about that stuff.
It would probably be good because I'm a big Hawkeye fan, but it probably won't happen. Unless it goes to Disney Plus. Oh, and I'll be honest, I'm really looking forward to WandaVision coming out in a couple of days.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't know how long they
14,
are
15?
going to have that Leave It to Beaver feel.
They're saying it's 9 episodes the first season.
So the whole,
I
so
don't know.
It's not just the commercials.
I don't know.
Okay.
I kind of hope it is the whole season because I love those old classic sitcoms. So I'm kind of digging, them do a superhero sitcom-y kind of thing.
I think it'd be kind of cool if they did like one episode per decade genre, because I know
Ooh,
the
that
previews
would
have
be
shown
good.
them jump around.
Well,
But
in the comic books, Scarlet Witch is so powerful she can literally redo reality into whatever she wants. So I'm thinking that's the direction they're going in.
yeah,
So we'll see.
So you saying at the end of this whole series, we're going to find out that Vision isn't really alive?
Possibly, or unless she brought him back to life with her power.
Spoiler alert.
It hasn't even came out. It's not a spoiler alert. But you know what? That is a great segue to. It's been a while, folks. I'm looking for my.
Where do you?
Oh,
That
wrong
was
one.
it?
No, that's
Oh no,
not.
it's on board.
I can't find the drop. We're on to That's a Great Question. And the first question. My whole family loves the same show, but a few members are behind. How long do I have to wait before I can spoil it?
this question sounds oddly personal.
Where did this question come from?
Yeah, is this a viewer that's concerned?
It come from Joe.
Ah, Joe.
From Jory.
Yeah, Jory.
And
All right.
So
I
how long do you have to wait before you can spoil?
Well, Corey, let's get
spoiler.
your opinion first on what you think about this not so personal question.
2 weeks.
All right. Here's the thing, though. Originally, it wasn't just one person.
Let's just go by the question
It
that was answered.
everybody, and then it whittled down to now we have one person.
To be fair, it's the question that a loyal subscriber and viewer has asked. So let's do the question. I say 2 weeks.
I say give them a date, and on this date, we will be able to discuss this show.
I'm just saying that 2 weeks from whenever it came out at theaters or the last episode was on television, it's fair game.
I don't think 2 weeks from theaters, because theaters are getting the time with jobs and family and all that, getting the time to go to the movies to see it is a different story.
Now, what movie might this be in reference to?
This might be in reference to Mandalorian.
Oh,
This might be in reference to Corey has wanted to talk to my nephews about Mandalorian since it aired, and one of them didn't finish the season
Because anyway.
because it's a teenager. He didn't finish the season
This
because he
has
wanted to talk to his girlfriend.
This has nothing to do with me. This was a question posed by our viewers. It just happens to line up. Maybe that's why I chose it.
But
I want to get a completely, they have no stake in this. How long before it's no longer a spoiler? Cricket.
See, that's hard right now.
It's not an easy answer. Like Reddit rules are 48 hours. After that, spoiler ban's lifted. If it's a friend and they're like, hey, that you normally talk to, they're like, hey, I'm going to be busy Friday, or hypothetically, if we're talking about The Mandalorian, and like, hey, I'm not going to be able to watch it till Saturday or Sunday, then you talk to the friend. If it's someone who's far behind, like say they stopped paying attention in the middle of an episode and was like, I'll catch up, you give them 1 day per 2 episodes to catch up.
2 episodes, okay.
I was about to say, that's what makes it harder.
And what if they're a whole season behind?
Oh, that's a
or 2
but
seasons.
I feel like they would have already put
Megan,
stuff on social media.
Missed her opportunity. Megan's out of the spoiler zone because you can't be 2 seasons behind in a show.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about it. I'm sorry.
I have a gray section, a gray thing.
Okay.
Here.
Oh,
and this is from family experience. You have people in the family who read the book series, and then you have someone in the family
Harry Potter
who was watching just the movies.
mm-hmm.
This is a Harry
So
Potter
then
thing.
the people who read the book made a big spoiler to the person who was just watching the movies. Now, book-wise, the book had been out for well over a year. But movie-wise, the movie that hadn't come out yet.
I say you're okay. Because as long as you no, let me finish. As long as you start the conversation in the book.
This seems a little biased.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no on that because you always want movies to be faithful to the books. I know they have to leave out details and stuff. So with that, the rule is you watch it together or wait until they watch it and say, "Hey, what did you think about this?" Well, I like the way the book handled it because of this. You know, like give them the added details so they can build that universe, but don't spoil it before the book comes out or before the movie comes out if you've already read the book. That's just mean.
But what? Okay, but back to TV.
You told my mom mean.
I know, right? You called her mom mean.
I'm sorry if she did something like that. That's kind of mean.
Oh, that's still a topic, and actually, it was not Harry Potter.
Oh, Hunger Games.
Twilight series.
Mm.
Well, spoiling the Twilight series
Twilight.
is like no big deal, especially since they like. That's I'm gonna sound really terrible at that. Like, don't judge me. The final Twilight movie, the fact that they threw the curveball ending that was so different from the books made it better.
Oh yeah, if
The
they had
fight
done
scene?
that book as a movie, it literally would have been her sitting there going like this, and there have been like nothing happening. Like, that would have been the whole big.
That's the thing. Like even because my wife was a huge fan of the movies because we were both younger at the time. So like when we went to see it, I'm like, how are they going to do this? Are they just going to sit in a field for an hour? There's like an hour left of this movie, and then a whole huge epic fight breaks out. It's so yeah. I'm like, yeah, I could get out of that.
I got in trouble because I thought the Twilight movies were hilarious. I didn't know they weren't comedies.
The first one was hilariously bad. They kind of got back. Not really. They tried to get back on track. But
Like it's Mystery Science Theater 3000.
But I'm saying like from an objective, like analyzing it as a film point of view or a film adaptation, the fact that they did that at the end made it like it gave it a whole nother level. Usually,
they actually made the last book better in the movie than the book because the book was horrible.
Usually, when they make changes to book,
Megan said there look like she's deep in thought. Is where we're about to find out that she's like a huge Twilight fan or something.
No. I've seen.
I was Team Jacob from the beginning.
That was the big thing. My mom said who she ended up with.
And okay, what is your opinion if somebody asked you for a spoiler?
It's just
If they asked, I mean,
you have to say, "Are you sure?" first, because in my case, like I'll go into the full back history of whatever they're asking about.
Right, Corey is saying that because he always asks me for spoilers, and I won't give them to him.
No, there's only one time in particular I'm thinking about. I had never read the books or seen any of the Harry Potter movies until I met Laura.
Mm-hmm.
A requirement of dating her was
That was not a requirement.
I had to watch all the Harry Potter movies.
That was not.
We were watching the first one, and and Snape walks on screen, and I'm like, "That's Alan Rickman. I like that guy because he's Alan Rickman, and he's awesome." And Laura is like, "You don't know if he's a good guy or bad guy or what?" I'm like, "I don't care. It's Alan Rickman."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Okay, then just tell me, is he a good guy or bad guy?" He's like, "Oh, I'm not going to tell you. We got like 8 more movies to get through."
And after 8 movies, you still don't really know.
Yeah.
Because J.K. Rowling will tell you he's not a good guy. But Corey's lying. That's not the main one he's thinking of.
Yeah, it was on this one.
We watched the television series Christie.
Oh.
And it ends on
Nobody knows about that TV
All right,
show.
it ends on the cliffhanger of does she choose the doctor or does she choose the preacher? And then the show ended and you don't know. But there was an obscure movie made later on. And I owned the movie, so I wouldn't tell him. But I never found the movie.
Oh.
If you didn't find it, that you have to let him know.
I finally told him, but I looked for the movie for a couple of years before I told him. You could have Googled it by then.
I did.
Yeah. But see, there are some things like that where I will say if it's like a moment that's like a good part of a story and you like, you have to see this yourself and I want to see your reaction to it.
Exactly.
Then yeah, don't spoil it.
Yeah, because Corey is the type that like when he grabs a book, he goes and reads the ending before he finishes the book.
I read the first few chapters to see if I even care about the book, and then I read the last chapter to see what happens, and then I read the rest.
That's I have no words.
So, final thoughts. How long before a spoiler? I say 2 weeks tops.
But what if it's like a whole series? Like some shows on Netflix and Hulu and all them, they release like 12 episodes all at once.
Okay, but most of them are only like 10.
And they're hour-long episodes. Not
What,
everybody.
you say 10 minutes? What are you, a Quibi subscriber? Come on, nobody watches that crap.
Rip Quibi.
I mean, we may have set up to 4 a.m. the other night binge watching Cobra Kai.
But not everybody does that.
No, see, I haven't seen
person
Cobra
I
Kai.
work with did.
I haven't seen Cobra Kai, but I'm fully aware there are 3 seasons of it. So if somebody were to spoil the first 2 seasons, that's my fault.
Here's the spoiler. It's based off of Karate Kid and has all the same characters. The original people.
Yeah.
And I bet Megan's never
They
seen
even
Karate
use
Kid.
the original music.
How come
I may start watching it, but even with Netflix, I go back to the same. You get 1 day per 2 episodes. Or if it's a brand new drop on Netflix and you're spacing it out, give them 1 day per episode. But if you're like really behind on something, then you got 1 day per 2 episodes to catch up.
Megan?
I mean, I kind of agree.
See, I can talk about it then. All
I
right,
said
next.
you could talk about
After like 3 weeks.
wait, you mean Joe can talk about it now?
Yes, Joe can talk about it. After like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, Jory.
Yeah. All righty. Next question. And this is from a Megan, not you, a different Megan.
Oh, a different. Okay, yeah.
My 10-year-old son wants to bring his Xbox with him to Disney. Should I let him?
No. There's far too many things to do at Disney if you're traveling there than to play Xbox that you could do at home.
You're not going to be in the hotel.
I'll say no for another reason. I like a dead honest reason. The Wi-Fi isn't strong enough for your 10-year-old to play Fortnite, and you're going to have to deal with him crying all night over that.
There you go.
It's still better internet than we have at our house.
Yeah, I can tell.
Oh, are we breaking up or something?
It's just there's an obvious lag in quality and all that behind everybody else, but it's okay. We still love you.
One day, we're hoping to one day get them to run the good stuff out in front of our house. But we've pretty much been laughed at and told that's never going to happen.
We will dig the ditch for you.
We will dig.
We will buy the wires.
Yeah, somebody posted a picture of their fiber optic upload and download speed. It was like 800 or whatever. Ours is like 2.
Oh,
not joking.
All right. I'm looking at old guy's comment here, and that's true. If it's something the family does together, like a Wii U or something where you're not going to need internet, then yeah, by all means, like I'll bring the Switch and we'll play 4-player Mario Kart. But that's different. If your 10-year-old wants the Xbox so that they can be on the Xbox, and it's not something the family's doing, you're not playing like Uno or something. Even then, bring Uno cards. Like Mario Kart is a better example. But yeah, it's just. It's something that's going to separate them from everybody else. And then, like I said, the Wi-Fi is just not good enough.
And I will also, because I said no right away, but I'll give the caveat like, all right, lately, most of our trips, we're never in the room enough to warrant bringing something like that. But as a child, when my family went, we stayed in the campground and we had multiple days during the trip where like we went for 2 weeks at a time, and we would have 2 or 3 days parks, 1 day non-park, and we would all go back every day for like 2 to 3 hour rest time. So you know how much time you're going to be in your room. If you are planning that kind of trip and you want some downtime,
I still say no.
but most families only go for like 3-4 days, and
But even like downtime on a Disney trip, a lot of times you're visiting Disney Springs. You're doing this. You're
going to the pool, or
yeah,
Because
I have a 10-year-old and he plays his PlayStation almost every night for at least a couple games a fortnight, because that's the world we live in. Call me a bad parent all you want.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
they say
I'm a bad parent. That's just the world,
references.
Right? But even I understand, because my kids, they don't understand commercials or flipping through channels when you're in a hotel room. So if if you have a kid that can only get I know people that'll bring a Roku, because they're used to finding something on demand really quick to help, right before they put the kids in bed. Or if, you come back from the park at like 6 o'clock and the kids go to bed at 8, that's 2 hours that kids are running around the world's smallest room. I get it. But if it's just him wanting to bring the Xbox for something that might,
because you also only have one TV. So if you have a whole family and you're in a standard room.
Yeah. If you're at the All-Stars with 2 kids and 2 parents, and one of them wants to bring the Xbox, nah. That's just going to be a mess.
Yeah.
Unless it's so you can all watch Netflix or your Disney Plus. But in that case, there's a lot.
What 10-year-old kid is thinking about Xbox and Disney Plus?
Exactly.
Like you said, they're thinking Fortnite. They're thinking Call of Duty. They're thinking a million other things. And I guarantee at some point the kid's going to be like, I'll just play this one more game and I'll meet y'all later. I know how to get on a bus by myself.
Yep.
And then 5 hours later, you're trying to call their cell phone, because we live in a world where 10-year-olds have cell phones too. Another story. And they're like, I'm in a raid party.
This is my 10-year-old cell phone. This is mine.
I've spit around 10-year-old nephews and stuff in their Xboxes, and no, not on vacation. Hey, Kyle, we're just talking about whether a 10-year-old should take an Xbox to Disney World, and I guarantee he's about to say, yeah, sure, let him. But all right.
It's just one more point of failure for the adults to get frustrated on an already probably tempers high trip that they paid way too much for.
Yeah. And then, especially if you flew, can you imagine if something happened to that Xbox?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Alrighty. It's time for my favorite segment of all. I am really out of practice.
Explains in 60 seconds.
Oh.
This is Main Street Explains, where I give one of our lovely guests 1 minute to explain a topic at random, or sometimes not so random. I am putting.
Oh, he said no.
Who? Oh. I am putting 60 seconds on my Go Gadget watch. And
Who's doing the explaining this time? I don't even know.
I am closing my eyes and picking somebody at random.
Oh no.
Yes.
I always get chosen.
It was completely at random. I had my eyes closed.
Completely at random, meaning every live I explain something.
Coincidence?
Okay, what
Keep
am I
agreeing to come
explaining?
back.
You have 60 seconds to explain Stitch.
Okay, am I good to go?
Yes.
Well, Stitch is a character from Lilo and Stitch the movie. He is a little blue alien guy that comes and runs around on Earth, and he meets Lilo, and she thinks he's a dog. And so he becomes her friend and pet, and they run around. And I saw recently that the last year they had the mini main attraction stuff, and this year they have like a Stitch, not main attraction thing, but they have a Stitch thing where he's going to be the new character of the year. And he's a cute little character, but he can be pretty vicious. And it's a really good movie. you should watch it if you haven't seen the movie before. And yeah, he's a lovable and cute character. So that is what I have to say about Stitch. And like I said, if you haven't
You
seen
have
it
10
before,
seconds remaining.
if you haven't seen it before, definitely go check it out on Disney Plus, or if you have the DVD.
5 seconds remaining.
And I highly recommend Lilo and Stitch, the movie.
He made you go long. Time was up.
That was way past 60 seconds.
Bonus points if you can tell us what is his experiment number.
626.
There you
Okay,
go.
you got the bonus points. I didn't think she'd get that.
And
I
then-
have seen Lilo and Stitch. I know
That's
there's
the
other
one movie
movies
you've
you
seen.
guys give me a hard time about,
Did
but I
you
have
see the
seen
other
them.
ones? You got Stitch's
You
Great
got-
Escape.
Stitch has a glitch. Leroy and Stitch. You have the cartoon show.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've watched them like a while ago.
Yeah, and one of them he has to help find and capture whatever experiments 1 through 625.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wasn't that the series?
Well, it was the build
They're
up.
in the series too. Like when they
Okay.
did that movie, it went along with the series because they kind of find that each of the experiments do something, like have a spot in the world, so to speak.
I know
There
she's
was
not a
one of them
Disney
that
princess.
only made sandwiches. I remember that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Leroy, I think.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I think Lilo is my favorite Disney princess, even though she's not a Disney princess.
She's a little dark.
I mean, she puts her friends in
Oh,
pickle
Lilo.
jars because they need to be punished.
Lilo's a little emo. Like,
yeah, she's funny.
She's awesome. All right, y'all ready to draft?
Never,
I think so.
but I do.
why is that your draft?
I don't know why that's.
He hit draft. and
Wait, what was it?
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
I don't know why that's my draft button.
You need to go through these buttons later.
Yeah, that was.
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Tonight we are drafting our Disney bucket list. And because I am so mean, Megan, you got the first pick.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that my draft might be on a different level than all of your drafts. I know we talked about earlier, but things on my list might be things that you've already done. So this is maybe like beginner annual pass holder draft list.
There's levels of bucket list.
Yeah, this is like baby Disney bucket list.
Think big.
This is the Pro-Am Cup.
So yeah, you guys can be like the expert one or whatnot. But anyway, so my first pick, I'm gonna have to say that it's gonna be Eat at the Be Our Guest restaurant because I really want to do it. Hopefully I can get a friend to go with because I don't want to go eat a nice expensive meal by myself. But if I have to, then that's what it's gonna have to come down to. So that's my first pick.
Well, maybe hopefully they'll open up the quick service aspect of it again.
Not a bad pick.
Because it's like I don't know, I was looking at it and it said that it's like $60 for, it was saying like buffet style or something, but then I talked to somebody else before and they were saying that the meals haven't been that expensive. Have you guys been there? Oh yeah, you
The
guys have.
breakfast meal was like 25 when we went.
Yeah, like if they go back to their old, like once things go back to normal, the expensive prefix meal was only dinner.
Mm,
And the breakfast and lunch were about 20 to 25 a person.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They were quick
Um,
service.
Lunch had an individual menu, so if you
Yeah.
were cool with they had like a kid's sandwich or something that was still the
Yeah.
same cut of meat, and it was like $9. That was the best way to go. But
Nice.
dinner's prefix, it's 65, and then like they do a gross appetizer, and then like really small main portion, and then a dessert.
You know, Megan, if they ever open it back up, you should try to go to what's the thing at Artist Point?
The Snow White.
Yeah, the Snow White dinner.
Enchanted.
Yeah, it's some Snow White something at Artist Point. It's
that's awesome.
It's at the Wilderness Lodge. It's another prefix menu. The food's pretty good, and the atmosphere is amazing. And it's something I would strongly recommend to people, especially if you like kind of character dining and stuff.
Yeah,
Is it
actually-
closed like just now because
I
of
think it's
everything?
closed because of the. Have you eaten there, Dorky Dad?
We haven't. We were going to. They opened it and started doing Snow White right before they shut it down, or sometime before they shut it down.
I think they started it in like December or something.
Yeah, so it was a couple months, and then like we were gonna go, and then everything happened, and they haven't brought the character part back yet.
But yeah, you'd probably like that too.
Yeah, it honestly, you've done the Tangled one, right? And the Little Mermaid at
Alforna.
Tutorial Forno.
Yeah.
It's the same type of thing where they announce them and they dance through the thing and they play music and stuff. But the one at Wilderness Lodge, the theming, because like that restaurant already had a lot of built-in like trees and stuff, and they added all these lights that are like flowers, and they change colors and light up with the characters and all this stuff. So it's really neat. It's a really pretty restaurant.
Good to know.
I will say though, even like I don't recommend dinner just because of the price versus the value. But Be Our Guest is absolutely an experience. So I do.
It is.
Yeah,
that's a good pick. You have to do it at least once.
Yeah.
Even
I'm
if you
sorry,
can't
Megan,
get
I
a
can't
seat
tear
in
apart
the
that
West Wing, go walk in there and sit until the lightning happens, because the West Wing is phenomenal.
Yeah, the only problem is you can't see your food the rest of the time.
Yeah. We usually eat in another one and then go in there and just walk around.
Oh,
It's dark.
And if you're one of the people that does get to eat in there, you also have all the people standing over you that just finished their meal going,
Hey, that's us.
Get a picture.
Yeah.
All righty.
That would be us.
All right. What are we picking, honey?
That's us.
No, we got a bigger camera than that.
this is my new one. I
I
was
don't
playing
know.
with it.
What are we picking first? What's our number one overall pick?
I don't know.
All right. How about this? Stay at every Disney World hotel.
Well, that knocks out like half my other list.
Yeah, every hotel like that. That's not really.
That is our bucket list. We have a checklist.
Well, I mean, I guess.
We have a spreadsheet.
How many more do you have on your list?
A lot.
Yeah.
How do you guys still have a bucket list at this point in your life? Like, you've been to Disney so much. You're ready to travel for people.
I've stayed at a lot more than like I've stayed at Port Orleans. I've stayed at Contemporary, Polynesian, the Campground, Pop, all three All Stars, Wilderness Lodge. So I'm getting there.
And
Coronado.
I've never been above a moderate because with a family of 5, you go where they let you, and we can't afford the super duper one.
Yeah.
Premier? No, what do they call it? Value
Deluxe?
moderate. Deluxe. Yes.
So
they
what is your first bucket list item then?
First bucket list, because it's a draft. I'm going to go for the win.
Oh,
A night in Cinderella's castle.
Oh,
Never
okay,
happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it will never happen. But it's
You'll
on
have to be a millionaire.
Yeah. That would be sweet.
Maybe if you're a millionaire and you buy majority stock in the Disney company, then you could probably arrange it.
Or if I ever get like Neil Patrick Harris level famous, which
There you
is a goal.
Yeah.
You're on your way. You're on our show.
Yeah. We only have the best
You're
of the
one
best.
step closer.
In fact, I turned down Neil Patrick Harris for this very live stream just to have you on here.
I'm doing candlelight processional next year because of this live stream.
There you go.
That's a lie. I'm not. Don't go. I mean, go ask. Be like, hey, when's Dorky Dad going? And they'll be like, what? But ask them so my name's out there.
Exactly. That's a good pick, though.
It's a draft. You got to go for the win, and it is something that I absolutely want to do.
I would almost just want to walk inside of it because
Even
Obviously-
that only comes with the $40,000 tour, and that's just to look at it.
Wow.
I mean, because honestly, I don't know how fun it'd be to, I'd be sleeping inside Cinderella's castle. You know how hard it'd be? Like, it's 2 a.m. Can we just go ride? Like, you press the button and I'll get on.
There's probably guards at the
Exactly.
door.
You don't have to sleep. There's a hot tub in that room. Just go sit and look out the window at the park and be like, enjoy yourself.
Okay, but then I could think Thunder Mountain, 2 a.m. Rock on.
No.
Hey, no, if you had enough money that you weren't just staying there because you won a contest or because you were famous, you could probably convince them to get a college program kid to come run it once at 2 a.m. Just, walk with you to each ride. Just boop.
Hashtag goals right there. That's
See, goals. Yeah.
What's your next pick? Because you're on the turn.
Oh, I'm on the turn. Tokyo Disney.
Oh, I hate you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to go to Tokyo Disney because they have the better pirates. They have Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yeah.
Just the whole experience is
Is that the one with the new Beauty and the Beast too?
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
Or is
Yeah.
that Shanghai?
No, I think it's Tokyo.
I don't know.
One of the two.
Oh,
You're right. I agree.
when we were going over our list, that was like one of the first ones I named off. Tokyo Disney.
that was honestly the first one that came to mind, and I didn't know if I was going to be on the turn or not, so I put Cinderella's Castle one up top for the win. I personally would rather go to Tokyo Disney than spend a night in Cinderella's Castle, but Cinderella's Castle is still on the list. But if somebody were to be like, hey, one night at Cinderella's or an all expense paid to Tokyo, I would take Tokyo.
I got that. I got the next pick. Don't worry. I got this.
You're probably going to take my next one with yours. Probably.
I want to join Club 33.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. I have been writing down all the wrong things.
I said go big.
Megan's is realistic, and we're
Mine
all
is
like
yeah.
unachievable life goals.
I mean, it's only like what, $50,000 to join.
It's
50. Wow.
I thought it was 33,000 to join, and then it's
No, I
like
think it's 50,000 to join, and then like 30,000 yearly for renewal.
It's
I
not
thought-
that
no, yeah, I thought it was like 33 to join, and then 15,000 a person per year.
Oh, but that's a bargain.
Oh yeah, totally. But hey, in their defense, it comes with platinum passes.
Yes, it does.
It comes with guest passes, like
Mm.
some ridiculous amount of guest passes,
You get,
and the
like,
guest passes
main
include your guest being allowed to come into Club 33 to eat with you.
Wow.
Although they do have to pay for their $600 plate meal or whatever it is, or it's like $200 or something like that. It's basically whatever the cost of a park ticket is to have a meal there. So the passes aren't included, but and so I hear those are perks, but nobody loves me enough to.
Oh,
take
yeah.
me.
Well, it's the thing of if you join Club 33, you don't talk about Club 33.
Or if you can join Club 33, I'm nowhere on your radar as a person. I'm like in the.
You
in the
never
dirt.
know.
You don't think Neil Patrick Harris is Club 33? I think
Oh, he totally is, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I would just like to put this out there right now to any of our lovely subscribers. If you
Oh, no.
are a member of Club 33 and would like to be on one of our vlogs or live streams, just message me with the title, I'm Club 33. And
And
we
we'll
will,
get what you're trying to say.
we will be more than happy to have you on.
you can't film any of it though.
Oh, I know that.
And if you are Club 33, I'm local. So if you have a guest pass, I'll even let you take my wife instead. Because she, not in that way. This is an indecent proposal. Calm down, Corey.
Oh, I'm reading one of the comments.
Oh.
It's gonna pop up in just a second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where were we? Megan, it's your turn.
Okay, so remember, I'm like the baby bucket list here. Um,
Well, Kyle,
So-
I beat you at Madden before, so you got to take me to Club 33.
Yeah,
You will
ser-
trade anybody with you for your next season of fantasy football.
Yes. Next year, I'll give you Dalvin Cook. For those who like football at all, he's like one of the best running backs in football. Anyway,
There I
Megan, I'm
go.
sorry to interrupt you, but go ahead.
All right, no, you're good. Okay, so my next pick, which was originally gonna be my first one, but I forgot that it was my first one, is I want to do the Keys to the Kingdom tour at Magic Kingdom.
That's on Laura's list.
Have any of you guys done it before? No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Oh,
And Laura always brings this up every time that that tour is brought up. Apparently, at some point in our life, I said I don't want to do the tour because I've worked at Magic Kingdom and I've seen the tunnels.
yeah.
She brings that up all the time.
Because we
dare
had
you.
a really good deal on the tour, and he said that. And now we don't have good deal on the tour, and he's like, "Oh, I could go anytime."
You'll never live that down.
No, I won't. There's a few things I will never live down.
But I will say, for anybody that's their only reason, the tunnels aren't that great and they kind of smell.
Yeah, but that's not all you see on the tour.
Oh no! I'm just saying,
Think of a
if you're one of
men's
those,
locker room times 2.
yeah,
Oh.
if you're one of those people that's your only reason you want to pay that money for the tour, enjoy the rest of it, not just that.
It's a concrete, like a square tunnel that smells like BO and garbage.
Good to know.
The reason is because they
Why
moved
are
the
you
garbage through
shattering
there,
this poor girl's dream?
and
But
their
there's more
lockers
to it than
are
just
there.
that.
It's all good. I still want to do it.
Oh yeah, I would love to do it if I had the opportunity. I'd do it.
Yeah.
A fun story. I worked there and Obama was coming to Disney to do some kind of speech or something. They were going up and down the tunnels with like Lysol and like extra strength grease.
The president can't smell our stank.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was kind of funny.
That's really funny.
They're like riding around like golf cars with like these like Ghostbuster size things of Lysol and Febreze.
That's great.
And that was the best 6 hours that tunnel ever smelled.
Oh, that lasted like 20 minutes.
So we're next.
Megan
Oh,
hasn't.
she's
Megan's
on the
got
tour,
another
isn't
pick.
she? Yeah.
Oh, and my third pick is I want to visit and stay at the Alani Resort in Hawaii.
That was our next pick.
That mine too.
Yeah, that was the one that you.
I said Megan would not pick that, so we're
Yeah,
good.
I wrote that one down, and he said, "I'm going next." Megan won't pick that. I'm going next.
Everyone loves Hawaii. You should have banked on that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I didn't think she was going to say it.
Yep.
Fine, you can have the next pick, whatever you want. Either one, it's your pick.
All right. This is a true bucket list that we will accomplish. We want to go on a cruise on every cruise ship, every Disney cruise ship.
There you go.
Don't they have a new one coming out too?
They have
2.
It was originally
Wow.
3.
Yeah, I wonder why it's not 3. That's crazy. What could have happened in the world to make them stop building on the 3rd?
Well, they were going to release them. One of them's being released. Some of them are being released next year. But yeah, I want to do it. And we have been on Dream.
Mhm.
We had a cruise for Fantasy that
Got canceled.
got canceled several times over. So, and then we were looking at a Wonder, and that cruise got canceled. So I stopped looking until they opened back up.
Yeah.
Did they ever finally like cancel, refund you, or they still have it holding and like push back? You can still apply it whenever.
We finally just got the refund because they canceled on us so many times, and we were like, "Look, we have all of our vacation money banked in this, and we can't just leave it hanging there forever."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were offering like an extra like 25% if you left
Yeah.
it in the bank.
So
Yeah, because they'll make more than that on interest off of your money.
you probably. So, but yeah, we finally got it back. But we are doing this.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. I was saying the other day we were watching some sitcom where they went on a cruise. Like, I want to go on a cruise.
Yeah, that was our big. Maybe we'll go on one this year if they open back up.
Yeah, might get a good deal.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we can all go on a cruise.
I will go on the first cruise back open.
Yeah.
Because honestly, all the hoops they're making cruise ships go through, it's probably the safest vacation you can go on. Because there was talk of, at one point, they wanted you to get tested, rapid tested before you get on the ship.
Yeah, positive
And then-
or a negative rapid test within 72 hours or something.
Yeah, and then there was some cruise companies even offering to only stop at their private islands. So
Mhm.
everyone got rapid tested before they got on the cruise ship. And you are never around anybody but the people on the ship. And you only go to their I'll go to Castaway Key for a couple of days. That sounds good.
I know that would be terrible. Like, what?
I know, right?
You have to
horrible.
quarantine there?
But,
Really? Ugh.
spoiler alert, the other cruises that we went on, that's pretty much what we did. We didn't get off on the other stops much. We were like, oh, Nassau, seen it.
Yeah.
Let's get back on the boat.
Yeah, true story. We were getting down the ramp, like, okay, what are we going to do at this port? And as we were discussing it and taking a picture in front of the boat, like you have to do, it's a law. Somebody was coming, was like, I got robbed, and they stole like $500 from me. I'm like, I hear they're playing Star Wars on the ship, and there's nobody on the aqueduct.
I'll get a camera with a zoom lens, stay on deck, and take some pictures.
I'm with you, Kyle.
Yeah.
I will be the guinea pig. I've already had Corona, so
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
What's the odds of me getting it again?
depends on the doctor.
Or where that cruise ship has been.
I will carry some Lysol with me. I have some.
The saddest
You guys
part is
can find Lysol?
Yes, I have industrial strength Lysol. What you talking about? I got some that, you know how Lysol says 99.9? Mine says all. It kills everything.
Oh,
And then it has a warning, don't spray your dog.
oh gosh.
no, we really do have a closet full of cleaning supplies. And no, we're not stockpiling. It's called I'm a Teacher. And all this, we're supposed to be giving you cleaning supplies to spray down everything. Is not happening. So
Yeah, the bottle they gave her lasts like 2 days.
they gave me one bottle.
Mm.
So you're that teacher that you have 30 kids in your class, and on their school supply list is Lysol wipes, and you just take 20 of them home and use the rest of class.
Nah.
No, none of
I'm
the
just-
kids
I'm
get
just-
to
I'm
wipe
just
this
kidding.
year. But we're supposed to spray down and wipe off every surface, and I have 3 classes, so between each class. That's a lot of Lysol wipes you go through a day.
Well, in all defense of all teachers, if you take one wipe and then wipe down a desk, you shouldn't use that to wipe down the next one. It defeats the whole point.
Exactly.
So yeah,
I don't
that's
feel like-
not fair.
Yeah,
So I believe it's Dorky Dad's turn.
it is.
Is it? Are these my last two?
Yeah.
My
Last-
turn again.
Mm.
So number one
Hey, Mike.
is what?
I was saying hey to somebody in the comments. Sorry.
Oh, hi. Number one, I guess this would be number 3, is a bungalow at Polynesian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like
That's not bad.
$1,300 a night, but there's like a hot
That's
tub.
it? That's
and-
only a chump change off that, Dorky Dad money.
Yeah, once I reach Neil Patrick Harris level, that's going to be my first stop before the cast.
Come on now. Neil Patrick Harris wants to get to Dorky Dad level. Let's be real.
Not everyone can have this. It's
It's
and
you and George Lucas.
the final one, and this one is going to be very specific to me. I know it's a bucket list, and we're supposed to be going for the win, but I think I covered that in my first 2. I want to renew. My wife and I want to renew our vows in one of the Disney fairy tale things, but
Mm.
they're so expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever priced it out or ever looked
Yeah,
at
yeah.
it.
We were originally doing a Disney wedding, but my grandfather was in really bad shape. And my parents looked at me and said, we might not get to come. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. And like, My parents can't come.
I was looking at one of the cheapest ones, and if I could scrounge up $10,000, reach into that dorky dad chump change, and go to the smallest little venue at the Polynesian on the beach there, I wouldn't be able to bring enough guests for my kids to come because I have 3 kids. It's like 4 people is the maximum for $10,000. I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy expensive to do
No.
anything at Disney.
Now,
Wedding related.
it's not necessarily a bucket list item. It's just a picture that I've always wanted. I tried
This
to.
isn't for our bucket.
No.
Wait and save this. I don't want them to think it's our bucket list.
Oh, it counts.
Okay, I'll come back. I'll circle back to this in a second. After we.
Or do you want to do? But we can do one of these too.
Okay, we'll do one of these two.
Okay.
Our last bucket list item is we want to do all the VIP tours.
Mm.
That's including the 40 grand one, so I could see inside Cinderella's castle and take a bubble bath.
We'll make it on the night that I'm there. We'll turn the hot tub on. You can.
You bring the champagne.
Yeah, I got you, bud.
That's not awkward.
That's the point. The champagne eases the awkwardness.
But I mean, they've showed the VIP tours in some sitcoms and everything, and they will literally pick you up, drop you off backstage right behind a ride in a back. It used to be a minivan. I don't know. I'm assuming it's just a white van that smells like BO and now. And you get to do that ride. Then they will take you around backstage to the next ride. They're amazing. I want to do one. I want to be one of the special people that get to walk by everybody, even though they say they don't get you to the front of the line. They wink, wink.
Yeah, they get you to the front of the line.
Yeah.
I want to be that special person that waves to everybody. Bye, bye. We're with this guy or girl.
Yeah, Mike, Dorky Dad got Tokyo Disney pretty early on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So yeah, I want to do the VIP tours, all of them.
No, that's good.
What's your last one?
My last one is that I want to go to a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
That's a good one. They're awesome.
Yeah, I was hoping to do that this year, but obviously we know how that went.
Thanks.
If they don't bring them back soon, that's probably going to be on everybody's bucket list.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll see how 2021 goes.
Now, question for you. Are you going to dress up?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay.
She had
And now that I have my
outfit
sewing
ready to
machine, I
go
might go
last
all
time.
out on a costume.
Any honorable mentions for anybody?
I want to hear about this picture now.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right. Well, I need a gallon of butter, a sponge.
I'm
I
scared.
don't want to hear about the picture anymore.
No. All right. Here's the idea. Since we couldn't get married at Disney, I was like, Laura, take your wedding dress with us. I'll rent a tux when we get down there. You put it on, and we'll go down Splash Mountain in a tuxedo and a wedding dress.
And I had a big poofy dress with the train. That no. That's not the picture I was thinking of, though.
Which picture are you thinking about?
Corey wants to get the
Oh, no. All right, everybody. Bye. In the live stream.
Stop. Corey wants to get our little 6-pound dog registered as his emotional support animal so that he can then take her into the Magic Kingdom and us get a family portrait in front of the castle with the dog.
I love it.
Photoshop it
fair.
for you, just so you don't have to be that guy.
To be fair with this, I am a travel agent. I had a client ask me about that. So I looked up for them what it took to have their dog registered as a emotional
Did they
support
ask
dog.
about it as for a picture?
No, they
This was the idea that came to
they
him
have
afterward.
anxiety disorders with crowds. So I looked it up for them, and I realized you just had to fill out a piece of paperwork and give them a $50 check, and any dog could be registered.
Wow.
So I was like, but she said no.
She did.
I was going to do it as a Christmas card.
Like I said, I'd be more than happy to Photoshop it just so you don't have to be that guy. Because there are far too many people with fake dogs walking around Disney right now.
But see, I was going to take the dog back. I was just going to go get the picture and then leave the park with the dog.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I understand that.
I mean, it's not like
I used to do like Disney Dog Days, like way back 90s or something. Way back 90s. I'm so old.
I'm not sure.
I think they used to do that. Like they used to have like dog days at Disney. I'll have to look that up.
Well, back in my day,
We could just bring our dog.
I don't
Didn't
remember
need no
that.
emotional problems to do it.
Yeah, we were gonna do Not So Scary this
Mhm.
year, and it didn't. Like when we went in October originally, but
This was going to be one of the first years that we were going to get paid to do it because we live close enough that we wouldn't have to come down super early or worry about being in a costume in the heat all day. We could go once it started to cool down at night, and they didn't do it. So
Yep.
all right. So
All
some
right.
more honorable mentions. Eat at every restaurant on property.
that was mine. And Corey said that is impossible.
I mean, in one sitting, yeah, but
He
Now
said
you're-
because
now-
they keep
no,
adding so
I think
many
he-
new mess.
I think he's
restaurants.
trying to challenge me now.
He said it's impossible if you don't live down there.
Does it
Do
count
that.
if you just take one bite at every single?
One bite.
Like I could just sit at a table at Pop
No.
Century, and you could just run and go get me food from all over the property, and I just take one bite.
No.
nope. It has to be at least one full menu item. Doesn't have to be an entree. You know, you got to get like an appetizer or a dessert or something. But no, I like that one. And yeah,
Disneyland, of course.
yeah.
We ain't done Disneyland yet.
That means I have to go to California though, and I don't want to do that ever.
Well, I don't know
No offense to
when
the
Disney
viewers
World
from
is
California.
gonna open.
Well, even before when they were wide open, sorry guys, California's not my bag.
Fair enough.
See, yeah, Mike, Disney Springs is why Corey said we couldn't eat at every restaurant because he said they're opening so many that
Mm-hmm.
A
you can't
long
keep
time.
up with it.
You would have to be local, like Dorky Dad, and have a lot of that Dorky Dad money laying around.
I wish I had a lot of that dorky dad money laying around. It'd be nice.
But when you said the Keys to the Kingdom tour, that would have been my bucket list. When we do get out to Disneyland, I'll be optimistic. We're not gonna cut corners. We're gonna go big. And one of the things that I'm like we have to do is that Walt tour that they have, where they go through all of the history with Walt at Disneyland and everything.
That's all they take you into his apartment, right?
Yeah, they take you
Yeah.
into his apartment and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if I was going to do one of those expensive tours like that, it would be if I was going to another park. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it here, but if I was going to drop that money and I was planning to go somewhere else, I'd want that experience to be everything. Like you said, it's like do it right.
Yep.
Honestly, what we've looked at doing is doing Disneyland as a Adventures by Disney, because they have one package where it sounds really expensive, but it includes like Pixar tours. It includes going to Walt, the Disney museum that's in California. And then it includes like the behind the scenes and you're staying at the Grand California, and like when you actually tried to add up everything you're getting, it's a lot cheaper than if you paid. So
Yeah.
it's like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it.
Now, I will say, because I am familiar with that one. If you want every hour of your day to be planned, yes. Like some of that stuff, though, like I would like to go take a detour and look at something else in the park
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, because it's like, all right, well, you've been at Disney for one day. Wake up at 5 a.m. We're going to Pixar Studios, and it's like that sounds
Yeah.
cool, but can I sleep a little bit? You know.
Yeah.
But again, if you,
It depends on
Yeah.
Well, we looked at they had like they had one that was like 2 days longer, and the one that was 2 days longer had a couple of days that just said free time in the park.
yeah,
Like it had 2 or 3 days where you just were in the park alone. Like you might have done something just for breakfast or just for fireworks, but you had days in the park.
but overall, the Adventures by Disney packages are amazing. Like even if I wanted to do something non-Disney, like there's one that's like a Germany thing, and they do it during Oktoberfest. If I wanted to do it, I would do it through Disney because of the way they have it scheduled and structured. That's the kind of thing where I wouldn't want to be wandering around on my own, and I would love to have somebody who's that knowledgeable doing it with me.
Just hit me up after all this stuff is over with. I'll book it for you.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Well,
I
honestly,
think it's probably going to be a few years before
one
we
that
can
I
do
saw was Adventures by Disney was doing weekend getaways in New York, and they lined up with the cruise that Disney was doing from New York down to Florida. So I was like, man, you can actually go and do the weekend in New York, see
And
some,
then take a
because
cruise
it had a
home?
lot of the Broadway plays and all that stuff, and then take the cruise ship down the East Coast. I was like, that would be awesome.
Do we give you any more ideas, Megan?
Yeah, now I'm like, oh man. Like I said, this was baby list.
Oh well, just
it's still a great list. It did have a lot of great items.
And
And
you
it's
can knock
there's
out that
far more
list in no
achievable
time.
items.
Well, depends on when things open up.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
Alani was going to be on ours.
Yeah. Oh, I want to go to Alani.
We have priced that a lot of times.
I
too.
can't. Oh yeah, this close to booking it
Yeah.
as a surprise trip for her, but
Now who knows when?
yeah. All right. So for our draft, we did. What did we do?
Stay at every Disney World hotel.
Join Club 33
Mhm. Go on every cruise ship through Disney.
and do all the VIP tours.
Mhm.
Megan, what was your list?
I had Be Our Guest Restaurant, Keys to the Kingdom Tour, Stay at Alani, and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
Very good. Dorky Dad.
Spend the night in Cinderella's castle, Tokyo Disney, and Tokyo Disney Sea.
I will book it for you.
I bet, yeah. The bungalows at Polynesian.
I'll definitely book that for you.
You gonna pay for it too?
No,
Yeah, exactly.
a minimum of 5 nights though.
Keep your own 10% and pay for it yourself. And do a vow renewal with Disney Fairyland or Fairy Tale Wedding Package.
I'll book that for you too.
Can you book that?
I will figure out a way.
He'll find out.
Oh,
He's just hearing cha-ching.
Pretty much. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I'm his friend at a travel
That's
agent.
why he wanted the bucket list. He's like, what can I get people's money for?
I don't know.
Hey, you know how much it costs for my bucket list?
I was gonna say, I don't
Yeah.
know.
You might be able to do half of one of your items with
I had
if you
another-
combined both of ours.
What?
We had another honorable mention,
What?
and this one's gonna happen.
What?
I'm gonna become a vacation club member.
oh yeah.
No,
Corey's like, wait, this
Club
is
and
gonna
Club
happen?
33. I'm hanging on to Club 33 one day.
We have our house paid off in like 5 years, so then we can start.
There you go.
Disney can get our mortgage payment.
No, then we can refinance our house, take all the money, and join Club 33. So,
No, because then you'd be paying the monthly refinance fee and you'd have to pay your annual Club 33 dues. And that's just way too much.
we'll refinance every year.
No, we'll just have a year between when we pay off and when we start doing stuff, so we have down payments for everything.
And as far as which ones we would pick for DVC, whichever one's available at the time.
Although I have done enough because we are going to do this. I've done enough research. I'm going to buy the minimum amount of points that I have to buy through Disney to be a DVC member.
I want the
And
card.
then I'm going and I'm buying as many use points as possible.
I want the card that says I'm DVC.
Yeah, if you want the perk benefits, you got to do the minimum through DVC, which is the DVC lounge, the discounts, whatever.
Mhm.
Yep.
But if you are buying resale, avoid Vero Beach and the Hilton Head one, because even though they're not on Disney property, they have some of the highest annual dues next to a
Yeah,
lobby.
they do. Like they say, you're better off doing what is it, Saratoga Springs or
Yeah,
Old Key West?
Old Key West and Saratoga Springs are the most reasonable. Old Key West might go up because I think they're planning a refurbish, but that was before everything that happened. So who knows where that is on their list now? But any excuse to raise the dues, I'm sure they will.
Yeah. So if you liked this, you can go over to our community tab and vote for the winner in just a little while. I'll have this up hopefully tonight.
Mm-hmm. And also comment below with your bucket list. Maybe we didn't hit some things.
Yes.
Maybe you have some things we can add. Maybe you have some things we can add that are more obtainable than some of the stuff that we have on our bucket list.
Maybe you have some things that you can add that they can plan for you.
Yeah. We can help make your bucket list dreams come true.
Yes. And if there's something you want us to draft, leave us that too.
Yeah. Anytime you have any questions that you want us to do on here or draft ideas.
Yes. And I'm going to keep saying this because eventually it will happen. Main Street Podcast coming soon.
I'll believe it when
I'll be waiting.
You might be on it.
I might be. Oh, okay.
I'll tell you about that in a second. But yes, I am willing it to happen by repeatedly saying it.
New Year's goal.
Yes. By the end of 2021, we will have at least one episode of a podcast.
I've been willing to happen that I'll be as famous as Neil Patrick Harris since I saw Doogie Howser as a kid. So
you're halfway there.
You're on your way.
All you got to do is become that guy on a major sitcom on a major channel, and you're there.
Oh, yeah. Just super simple stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But considering I don't ever want to step foot in California, it might be a little difficult.
A lot of them are filmed in Georgia now.
They used to film in Hollywood studios. Too bad.
You could join the cast of The Walking Dead.
I remember the backlot tour. Like the house from the Golden Girls was there, and I was like, man, I could be in that show. I'm a Golden Girl.
They used to film Home Improvement there a lot, which I always thought was funny because that was like the only show that didn't go to Disney as a family, and it was filmed there.
The more you know.
And the Mickey Mouse Club was filmed there because we had to wait all line for my brother to be in the audience because he liked Britney Spears.
Anyway, we'll see y'all next time, folks.
All right. See you guys.